We're just going to talk a little bit about today about what Central's doing to our SAP program. We're extremely proud of it, and we felt that it was necessary to come here and kind of show off what we're doing a little bit. My name is Tyler Renault. I'm the Student User Group President for the SAP group at Central Michigan.
My name is Stephen Faber. I'm the treasurer.
My name is Shrikant Selam. I'm the Vice President of the User Group.
And my name is Paul Harworth, and I'm the secretary for the group.
So just a couple things that we kind of want to go over today. We want to give an overview of the SAP University Alliance at Central Michigan University, kind of what we're doing in that program, things like that. We want to talk about the coursework that's offered at Central. We have an extremely wide variety of coursework using SAP systems and things like that. So we're going to go talk about some of those in a little bit of depth. We're going to talk about our online MBA. We have an online MBA program that emphasizes SAP, so we're going to go in a little depth about that. I want to talk about SAP certifications that are offered here at Central Michigan University, our ERP sim competition that we're extremely heavily involved with, and then we're going to close out with some things that this SAP student user group does on a yearly basis.
Well, it all started when SAP America donated SAP software to Central Michigan University in year 1997. Interestingly, the same year, CMU adopted SAP as its business application. Following that year, CMU started offering grad and undergrad level classes with 8 faculty trained in SAP. With the esteemed supervision and leadership of our director, Dr. Frank Andrea, we started giving a Chapter Certification Academy in year 2000. Since then, we have more than 700 students who have become SAP Chapter certified and 10,200 students who took advantage of our SAP coursework from Central Michigan University. And then we have currently offering more than 15 business courses using SAP.
So at Central, we have many different dimensions. We have our coursework, we have our user group, we also have certifications that you can take at Central. We have the Dow SAP Award that you can earn through Dow Chemical. And we have the ERP Sim, and we have field trips that we So as we said, back in 1997, SAP donated the SAP software, including a training database and technical support to Central, worth around $1.1 million. And more than 15 faculty have received training in SAP to teach our students. And one of our biggest and significant supporters from the beginning has been Dow Chemical, who encouraged us to become one of the first of 5 SAP University Alliances in North America. And they helped start us off by giving us a $150,000 grant. And they sponsored our SAP Dow Learning Lab, which has 48 computers in it, and a lot of our SAP coursework is taught in this classroom. And every single year, they give the Dow SAP Award of Excellence to a number of students worth around $4,500 who have excelled in their SAP coursework. And so through the donation of SAP and through significant supporters of Dow Chemical, what is SAP UA at CMU? So with that, some of the undergraduate courses that we offer at Central Michigan are the first of, and probably the most unique to us, is the Business 301 class, the Integrated Business Experience, where every single student in the College of Business has to take this class, not just IS majors, so accounting majors, logistics, marketing, HR. And it really focuses on helping students learn the integration points across SAP through the accounting, procurement, materials management, HR, and sales. And I am actually a teaching assistant for this class, and I get to witness these students who come in who have no SAP knowledge, and when they figure out how to work the SAP system and get the transactions to work, the look of accomplishment on their face is really cool to see, and when they get to see the capabilities of SAP and what it can do. And the next three courses here are more designed for our information systems majors and minors. The BIS 347 Enterprise Systems class focuses on getting students to learn about the SAP system, what it can do, the possibilities of it, and they get to go on the system and even run a few business simulation games. Our configuration class focuses on the configuration behind the system, helps students learn how the system is run and the configuration behind it, and then do the transactions from their configuration so they really understand what's happening behind the scenes in that transaction. And our ABAP programming class, where we learn basic ABAP programming fundamentals, and we also get to, this year, we created a new aspect to the course where we each got put into teams of about 20 people, and it's replicated as a big IT project, so we get to each do a small portion program, but there's 20 different people in our team, so it replicates kind of the stressful team environment that we have to learn how to control and come out with a good product at the end of the class. And some of the other classes we have are some accounting classes in SAP where accounting students can learn the SAP software that focuses more closely to their major, and even a course that it's in development about SAP Basis because of how important SAP Basis is.
Well, coming to the graduate level courses, we all start with BIS 647 Enterprise System for Management using SAP software, where we actually see how this SAP ERP systems integrates various business processes at one time. And then following that course, we have a configuration class where we actually configure and implement SAP ERP systems in a real business-like situations. And we have a business intelligence class where we actually learn more aspects of business, SAP business intelligence, business warehouse, business objects, and other various aspects of it. And we have an ABAP programming class where we not just look at the fundamentals of programming in ABAP, but we actually build some application and test run them. And we do have Accounting 730, which is more unique to the accounting students, where they have an opportunity to understand the SAP module, SAP accounting systems, and especially using GRC modules. And we have 698, which is basically an integration course for a Turton certification for a graduate level course.
According to U.S. News, we're the #1 MBA online program. We have 40 credits for our with SAP emphasis, and we have a 2-week SAP Academy that kind of leads up to the TERP 10. We also have graduate certifications that we hand out for our courses.
So I want to talk about our little TERP 10 certification. I was asked to present this. This is, and every student will sign up who signs up for the TERP 10. One day will get this and then go, oh, great. This is Central Michigan's TERP 10 study manual. It's big, to say the least. We're very proud of our TERP 10 program. That's covered in 2 weeks. So we have Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We live and breathe, and there's no way anyone just goes from 8 to 5. You will go home and you will just keep reading and studying. But it obviously shows from our students' hard work. We have over 750 students who are TERP 10 certified from Central Michigan University. The global pass rate for the TERP 10 exam is at roughly 50%, and SAP wants it that way. They want the certification to be something that is sought after and not something that everyone can just walk into and get. Central's very proud of the fact that we hold a little bit over an 80% success rate during our Turk 10 exam. Just this last May, we had over 125 participants take place in the exam, and even with the wide numbers, we were still able to hold that number to about 80-81%. And we have tons of disciplines represented at this Turk 10. We have a lot of IS majors, obviously, it's their main focus. But we have a lot of accounting majors and finance majors who understand that even in their accounting fields and their finance fields and things like that, they're going to go out into the world and they're going to work with a company and they're going to do their accounting, they're going to do financing, and they're going to do things like that. And they're going to be doing it on SAP. And just the fact that they can come into a company and kind of understand that terminology and say, listen, you guys use this system, I know how to use this system, let's get down to the core of what I'm going to be doing. I don't need to go through this navigation, I know how to use the system, I know how it works. Just things like that are really important, I feel like, to a company. And Central's really proud of how many students were able to get that certification and how many students were able to pass that certification exam. There we go.
So another thing we're very proud of at Central is the thing we put together 2 years ago, 3 years now, called the ERP Sim competition. And what this competition is, it's a simulated competition replicating a high-stress business environment on the SAP system. Mostly we've done the logistics kind of simulation game where students have to figure out a sales and distribution strategy for their products. And it allows them to get hands-on experience with the SAP software, and students look at dashboards that are updated live during the game, and they have to make quick business decisions to help them come up with the right sales strategy, where to distribute their product to get the overall best profit, and that team winds up winning the game. And it's a great opportunity to collaborate with companies and network. Each team of about 4 or 5 students is assigned a mentor from a company, and that mentor helps them with strategy and uses their real-life examples that they've learned to help students choose the right sales and distribution strategy. And I can attest to the fact that when I did it last year, I received an internship from the team I was on because of just how well our team worked with the mentor and how we collaborated and wound up doing it in the game.
So our competition this year is going to be held February 19th. And it's going to be big. It's going to be the biggest competition we've held in the 3 years we've been doing it. It's being moved into McGurk Arena. McGurk Arena is Central's basketball arena. So a lot of our students will get to say, I played at McGurk Arena, and they don't have to say what they played. But it's going to be a huge event, and that's the reason we moved it out there. And just the fact that the school was able to give us that for the day really shows that Central's understanding the impact that this competition really has. This year we're hoping for over 40 companies to come over to Central to sponsor teams of 4 to 5 students. And it's a great opportunity for students and companies to really build a connection. We had a team last year, Volkswagen. Volkswagen didn't win. I don't think they even got in the top 5. But Volkswagen was extremely impressed with their students' hard work and dedication. Volkswagen offered each member of that team internships. And it just kind of goes to show the hard work and dedication that the students are willing to put into it. We competed in the national tournament 2 years ago with over 156 universities and won our first year doing it, so we were very proud of that. Last year we took another top 5 finish. This year we're going to actually play the competition. The game they play in nationals, we'll be playing that here as well. It's the advanced manufacturing game, so students have to do things like manage their purchasing of raw materials. We have to do production orders, we have to manage our production cycles, we have to run MRP, and then we have to send that inventory out through distribution channels. So it's a lot of moving parts. It takes 4 or 5 people hectically moving through an SAP system. It takes dashboards, it takes a ton of practice, and Central gives us that. Each team has a lot of opportunities to practice with their team. Mentors will come down, we get to practice with the mentors. And the mentors are really there to explain, in the real world situation, you might want to look at this, and maybe you want to look at this, and this is how we do it here, maybe do this. So it's a great opportunity for students really to get kind of a real world experience and kind of crash and burn here in a simulation rather than going out in the real world.
Well, coming to the SAP Student User Group, the reason behind why we are here today. So our Student User Group is working hard to make the students of the College of Business to understand the potential of SAP systems, and we are helping a lot to help them to know about the importance of SAP system, especially understanding the core concepts of ERP and various elements of enterprise softwares. And you can see the growing interest of the students in this particular area. So these numbers are basically the increase of the student memberships in SAP Student User Group, and you can see a huge growth in the last couple of years. And then we have more than 250 students right in the SAP Student User Group at Central now, making us the #1 student organization in the College of Business. We all did with adding a lot of dimensions to the existing organization and the program itself.
With many networking opportunities, such as like the ERP SIM, we have companies from all over come to us and speak to our students, and we allow them to have a one-on-one, so you're not at a career fair where they have to see 100 people. Maybe you have like 20 people instead, so you get a really nice face-to-face interaction. We have 3 out of the 4 Big 4 auditing firms that came this year. Harley Davidson flew a personal jet with 7 people, including their CIO. And Rockwell Collins is from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we doubled the amount of companies that came from last year.
Just to kind of touch on that a little bit. You're looking up at this chart, you can notice PwC, Ernst & Young, TDS, Rockwell Collins, Harley Davidson. They're not Michigan companies. I mean, how many universities are there between Harley Davidson's headquarters in Central Michigan? They're going to skip all over them to come speak with us. When we bring your CIO out, I don't even know how much his time is valued. And he came out and talked to us. He sat down, did a panel. It was a great opportunity. So it really shows the dedication that companies are really seeing the worth of the school. Along with that, we've included companies such as Ford, TDS, Gulfstream. It was their first time ever stepping on foot at Central Michigan's campus this year. So we're constantly adding these new companies and new relationships and trying to build new companies and get them in the door at Central Michigan to show kind of what we have to offer. And with that, I'm going to talk a little bit about the field trips. We always try to do a big spring trip with our students, and we like to make it out of state so we can kind of go outside of Michigan and see what else there is to offer. This last spring, we took a trip out to Harley Davidson Motor Company. We got to spend the day with their higher up leadership. We got to tour their facilities a bit. They did a big panel, and they really got to show us how Harley Davidson's using SAP to control their manufacturing and process lines. We got to look at a bunch of cool dashboards they use. We had one individual who constantly has a dashboard on their phone that shows the status of their production lines and if it's meeting quotas and things like that. So a really cool inside look at how everything we're learning in the classroom is actually being used in companies. We also got to visit the Harley Davidson Museum, which absolutely amazing if you ever get an opportunity to. The following day, we visited Miller Coors. Again, we got to see kind of what they're doing. They're in a big switchover right now with Miller and Coors kind of combining. So we got to see how that changed, kind of affecting their system landscape and things like that. Right now they're in the middle of taking a lot of legacy systems and kind of pushing them over to that SAP system. So again, we got to talk with a lot of leadership. We got a full VIP tour of their brewery, which again, it was absolutely amazing. Really great company, really nice that they opened their doors and allowed us to do that. We've also visited companies in the past. Quaker we visited, and 3M we've also done visits to. And this year we're looking again this following spring to visit a company. We just haven't quite picked one yet.
So, with the technology age we're in and the effect or the presence that social media has in our lives, one of the big things we wanted to focus on this year was to increase our social media presence. So up here are the QR codes, and you can visit our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our LinkedIn page. And the unique thing about our YouTube page is every single one of our meetings is filmed and documented and put up on our YouTube channel, so students who aren't able to come to the meetings, or people outside of the group, or even people from companies who are interested in seeing what we did that week can go on and watch the video in its entirety and learn about that company, what they're doing with SAP, and the opportunities they have to offer. So with that, we will open it up to questions, and if you want to click to bring up the link. Our link to our website is right there, and at that link you can go into and see more detail and more in-depth about everything we talked about. And
Some questions?
so, any questions?
Go back to the lake.
It's it's a SAP UA dot CBA dot CMICH CMICH dot edu.
Any other questions?
Questions from our guests? Any thoughts?
No pressure.
I think it's great. I mean, I know we're, if I need somebody with experience, myself at our company, we're a smaller company, but I think it's fantastic that they're all learning SAP and a couple of years, my place, I don't know what company you're with.
Caterpillar?
Caterpillar?
I don't know if we've been there or not. I know we go to a lot of different campuses that have SAP curriculum. That's a pretty impressive one.
We'd love to create an extensive relationship with Caterpillar. It's been on our to-do list. I watch Caterpillar and John Deere quotes all the time on my stock market list, but we've talked about doing that very thing.
They're pretty cool.
They're very
And
nice.
we actually run the same stuff they do, so.
Really?
It's very interesting.
We were actually, when we were discussing our spring trip, where to go and stuff, Caterpillar was actually one of the companies that we talked about. So maybe I'll have to talk to you a little
I
bit.
get a hold of this.
Are you in Peoria? Where are you based?
Peoria?
You're in Peoria, okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that really has been beneficial when I sell the idea to someone like you, representing an organization, what we try to do when we come to your shop is do a lessons learned. And you can bring whomever to a panel discussion, and the students love hearing the things that worked, things that didn't work, the things that you wish you'd have thought of or had done differently or whatever. It was great to have that panel for Harley-Davidson, for example, and you can see how the students can consume that kind of information. And then we did the same thing with Miller Coors. So we'd love to talk more about that. I'll share my handshake with you, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and I was gonna shoot this onto my HR, because we're actively recruiting, so.
Okay. You know, one of the things that we can do, because we just taped this presentation, is share that presentation with you electronically, right? Who wants to pull that off, take responsibility for that? So we'll get his business card and we'll fire that off to you so that you have documentation as to, okay, here's the depth of this program. 3M came from St. Paul to our career fair. We started a relationship with them some time ago. And I think it just keeps growing. And I've told the students too that, you know, how many schools are in between St. Paul and this school over here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan? How many universities are in between? And they came over and they screened 100 students at Career Day and selected 28 to interview. So that's how serious, you know, they've taken their role with us. So it's a very good program from that perspective.
I'm interested.
Okay, good.
Hello, I have one question. I have a SAP consulting firm, and I myself in SAP last 20 years. So we do need like a SAP talent, new talent, like especially for our projects. Like we do take a lot of projects, like a lot of mid-market projects. We are like a on-site or ownership Shamrock Center. So how we can, like obviously the company, like Caterpillar kind of company, can utilize the talent. Is there any program for us if suppose we want to come and identify the talent and hire the talent?
Oh, yeah.
How we can do that?
Absolutely. Our career services office, well, we can go back. They missed, gentleman BJ has missed some of your slides, so what we do through our career services office is really get you hooked up with Career Central, which is the device that you can pre-screen applicants, you can post your positions, you're real-time online with that search process available to your organization. Students can see your latest postings, they can add their resume and their desire to be recognized as an applicant to your organization. You can come on campus and have a corporate spotlight for one day. And what we do in that corporate spotlight, TDS, Telephone and Data Systems, a $5 billion company, I didn't even know who they were. They're based in Madison. They called me 3 weeks ago and said who they were, and maybe 4 weeks ago, but this past Monday, they were on campus and did a corporate spotlight where they have a featured area on a high traffic flow area in our business building, and basically they can sell who they are to the students and passerby, but they also visited classes, and I think the total was something like 286 students that they had an opportunity to present who they were to on that given day. And on top of that, they came and presented to the SAP student user group from 7 till 9:30 that same night. So there's a corporate spotlight. There's other activities that you can do. The ERP SIM event, when companies are interested, like Caterpillar. I'd love to have Caterpillar a part of the ERP SIM event because it gives you a chance to see our people in action. And there's some companies that wanted two. They're requiring us to give them two because they got somebody from production and somebody from information systems. The CIO wants to have a team, and the production person wanted to have a team, and we said, okay, we'll make sure you have two teams in this competition. So it's another way of getting your name in front of students, and I think you've got great talent, and what we need to do is be able to expose your company to that community of students, and we can do it in a number of ways.
But one question which I saw in last 20 years in SAP, it's more like a hands-on experience, like the question which happen, like jobs which are there for our clients. They need like obviously like a hands-on experience, like mostly SAP is very mature product now. Like a lot of jobs are there for support, for enhancements, not like new implementations. So what happened in the support and enhancements, they need more people who have a hands-on experience also, like there. So if we want to collaborate in that way, like while they are studying this, they get hands-on experience also a little bit, so that once they are finishing the course, they are market ready point of view.
I don't disagree. I think what we have there is what I would call an internship, and you really want to try to find an opportunity where they can participate with you and get that hands-on experience either in the summer, or they're going to need to be able to, if they're going to do it during the semester, either remotely work with you from our site and work and solve and be on a project team at your site, or other kind of combinations, and that does exist out there already as a model. But is that possible? We like to think our students get heavily involved in hands-on already. It isn't really just show and tell, it's get dirty. Students are going to be working with Basis next semester, and the maximum is going to be, I think, 15 in that class, and they're going to have their own servers and build, and I mean, we've had several companies, we're going to hire them all, kind of thing, with an attitude. So hands-on experience with our SAP applications are reflective as well, whether it be graduate or undergraduate. And I think when you get into certainly the higher level configuration, the BIBW, you're certainly, and our hands-on even gets started even with the fundamentals class. We have a junior level course that everybody has to take, integrated business experience. That has become very hands-on oriented. They really get involved with the content of the course. They literally are doing a lot more than just entering data. They've got to gain an understanding and prove it.
Just to add on top of that,